Hi, everyone. I'm Zach McDowell, and I'm here today to talk about leading with a moral compass. First off, we're going to start with just a review or summary of some important resource articles that were included here. We're going to kind of summarize those up and talk about them a little bit. The first was by Orchard, uh, which was about the moral compass, what it is. Um, how can we know what it means to be a good human? That's a question that we ask a lot. It's kind of a big question and really makes us think about the qualities of what makes a human good. What values do they carry that could identify them as a good human being? A moral compass helps us define what kind of behavior is right and wrong in our lives, and it's kind of the basis of morality, knowing what is right and what's wrong, and how to make decisions based off of that. It's really important that uh, every person develops a moral compass, um, because it can benefit them in many ways, including it can ground your identity. It can let you know who you are as a person. It protects the greater good. That goes back to kind of right and wrong decisions. It'll increase your self confidence. It will allow you to be a good role model to others, which is really important. But first, you got to meet those other ones before you can be a good role model. You have to figure out who you are as a person first and those values that are important. It will help foster healthy relationships with others, and help you make better ethical decisions. Without a moral compass, it's more likely that you will make decisions without thinking through the consequences of your actions. Things such as cheating on a test, things like that, where we're thinking about what's convenient right now, instead of doing the right thing and thinking about what consequences may come from my decision that I make. Next was an article by Mintz, which talked about set your moral compass due north. When your moral compass is heading true north, you will know you're on the right path to ethical decision making. You must have your heart in the right place before considering the needs of others, which we talked about a little bit in that last slide. You need to figure out who you are as a human and those values that are important to you, um, and figure out your own moral compass and get it heading in the right direction before you're able to help others. The biggest thing with True North is the important thing is kindness, and the reason is that when we teach others kindness, we also are teaching them tolerance, how to tolerate people who are different than us. In many ways, they could act different than us, look different than us, think different than us, and in return, from teaching tolerance, also leads to respect, which to me is true north because it covers all of those other values in there, and that respect is for yourself, having respect for others, things like that. We must strive to improve the lives of others, regardless of their preferences, in order to help build a more moral society. Next was an article by Zitzman. It was titled, What is a Moral Compass and Why Do We Need One? A good quote that I came from this article that really made me think was, how can it be possible to construct a moral compass that gives the same North reading for all members of society when the mainstream belief of the population is that the knowledge is endlessly evolving, that actions and beliefs must be necessity, be fluid and adaptable to society's changing popular culture. Um, we're beginning to figure out everyone's unique in every way. Um, it could be for many different things. That's just the society that we live in now. And is it possible to get everyone thinking on the same moral compass when we encourage, or our society has changed to where we are all different and unique in our own way? It just really made you think about, especially just how things have changed over time. But we need a moral compass because that's our basis of character, um, which all goes back to knowing what's right and wrong. It's not unreasonable for most people today to not want to know where true north is, because it may interfere with their lifestyle preferences, the life that they're trying to live. And not all moral compasses look the same. That's what something we got to get to. So, going back to that question up top, how can we construct a compass that gives the same north reading? Their other qualities or values may be different. Each individual is unique. So we got to understand that not everyone's moral compass is going to look the same. But we all want to strive to be better humans and better people so we can contribute to society. Next was an article titled The Shortcomings of Empathy as a Moral Compass. Some things I took away from that were empathy has generally been viewed as the ability to feel others' sufferings and know what it's like to be someone else, which is the foundation of moral action. But over time, they've realized that the relationship between empathy and moral action isn't connected like they believed it to be. And that's because feeling the emotions of strangers or others can disrupt our own moral compass or our moral actions. Things like people are feeling sad, so we don't want to be that person and feel sad because that feeling may also make us change our decisions based on that feeling. Instead, we want to focus on understanding how people are feeling, understanding why people are the way they are, differences, rather than feeling their sufferings or their feelings personally. It's not just about transforming the unfamiliar to familiar, but it is about a constant learning to live in a shared world with other people. Next was a search for a moral compass and a new social contract in the context of citizenship education. Citizenship education is designed to be a school subject used for guiding the upcoming generations into committing to a new moral compass. Due to radical and political change of society, many people have lost their values of things such as social space and our ethical and moral behavior, which really is our perception of reality. Research says that despite all the diversity, differences, and conflict prevalent in societies, people are potentially able to share a set of basic values that arguably could form the core of the sought for moral compass. So, even though we're different, we're in a very diverse world with all the conflicts, that we can still pick out those basic set of values that we need on our moral compass to be the best humans that we could be for the sake of our society. Citizenship education could be functional in bringing home the next generation the notion of living in accordance with the values of such a moral compass and a social contract. So the whole idea is this: is that we can teach um, people now about our differences and figure out those core values for the sake of our future. And a social contract combined with a moral compass will result in a peaceful world of good, which is what we're trying to accomplish here. Just make a better society with better humans contributing to the same focus. Our moral compass was an article by Wood. Our moral compass is just a set of personal values that guide our decision making. Um, we develop our core values during early stages of life, things that we learn and take away from our family or friends, role models that we might have. It may be a teacher that you had at a young age, or an organization such as Boy Scouts or church or things of that nature. Um, each is unique and different. I think that's been a common theme that we've reviewed so far through these articles, is that our moral compasses are going to look different simply because we are all unique in our own way. Um, but we have a moral compass in our soul pocket, but many struggle to read or use it. This is just saying that deep down, everyone has a moral compass, but some people aren't sure how to use it, or maybe aren't comfortable feeling that way or making decisions based on other people. Three reasons why we might not follow our core values on our moral compass is: an ethical decision would have challenging short term effects, ethical choices in conflict with the organization wants, or simply ignore the core values because of the benefits the opposite decision may bring to them. Next is my own moral compass. These are the things that the values that I feel were most important, and I designed a picture that kind of relates with all of those. So, due north in my moral compass is respect, and that's respect for yourself and respect for others, which I feel is the ultimate goal. And also, these other values on my moral compass all come down to respect. Um, Another one is positivity, which just means we're going to try to make a positive impact on others, the people around us. The only way we can create a better world is by being a great role model to people around us. Next is just compassion. Going back to what we talked about earlier, that our goal is to have a more peaceful world with better people in it that make more ethical and moral decisions. We have resilience, um, just knowing that even though there will be hard times in life, just knowing that if we keep fighting, stay on the course, that good things will come. Next is duty, which this is kind of a civic duty or moral duty or ethical duty. Um, our goal is just to put good into the world and build people up around us. Perseverance kind of goes right along with that duty and that resilience that I just talked about. And the picture I had to go along with that just says excellence is perseverance in the presence of obstacles. Just building that internal strength to know that keep working and keep fighting and good things will come. Kindness, just like we talked about, is kind of the precursor for a lot of these values. Just learning to care for others and want them to be the best people they can be. Just having a big heart and really caring about others. And the last on mine was integrity, which just means that constantly just striving to live to our highest standards. Hold yourself to a high standard, and in return, being a good role model will help spread that to others. And a good quote that I had that I wanted to put on here was, "Do what is right, not what is easy or convenient." And it's something that in the world we live in today, with how with entitlement and how easy or convenient things are, we're so worried about the now instead of worrying about what is right. Here are my references and my correlation, relevancy statement, and reflection. Thank you for watching.